So our verse today is actually comes from Lamentations. I don't know if you've ever read from the book of Lamentations, but I encourage you to do so. And so our verse today comes to us from Lamentations chapter 3, verses 21 through 24. And I'm going to actually read them in just a second. But Lamentations was written by the prophet Jeremiah, and Jeremiah was called the weeping prophet. He was kind of depressed. His city, Jerusalem, was under siege. His nation was threatened. His world was collapsing and falling apart. And he blamed God for his emotional distress and his physical problems. And in Lamentations chapter 3, verses 4, he even says, "He has made my skin and my flesh grow old and is broken my bones." Jeremiah realized how fast he was sinking. So he started to look into a new direction. He realized his outlook was gloomy and was depressing, and he was tired of that. And so he looked into a new direction. And so I'm going to pick up in Lamentations chapter 3, verse 21. "Yet this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I'll say to myself, the Lord is my portion, therefore I will wait for him." And then verse 25, "The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him, to the one who seeks him." When depressed, Jeremiah kind of rebooted his thoughts, right? That's what we do when we have a problem with our computer or our phone. Man, it's messing up. Someone will say, "Well, have you tried restarting it?" Right? If you find yourself depressed or feeling low because of all the stuff that COVID has brought, have you rebooted? Have you tried to restart your outlook? Because Jeremiah had a lot to complain about too. We've got stuff we can complain about, sure. Jeremiah did too. But he decided to turn his eyes away from the stormy world and stare into the wonder of God and his promises. God's love never hits bottom. His mercy never fails. They are renewed every morning because he is faithful. And honestly, the storm didn't stop. But Jeremiah's discouragement did. So can yours.